please, if you're not feeling well, if something hurts, just make sure that you're very mindful of your body. I'd say the same thing to you in my physical classes. No one knows your body like you. So just be very careful, be kind to yourself, don't be stupid. If something hurts, pull yourself out, take a break, have a drink of water, and rejoin when you're ready. Do as much or as little of the flow as you like. We're going to take it very slow today. We're going to get into deep stretches. So we hold the stretches for longer, which gets us deeper into them, which means we won't do as much as we maybe do in a more dynamic class, but you will feel a deeper stretch in the stretches that we do. If you're pregnant, you're very, very welcome to stay and join the class. Please make sure that you have a pillow to prop up your head and your shoulders. If you're lying supine, no laying on your belly after your first trimester, and no twists through the waist because it restricts the airflow to the fetus. And if you've just had a baby, please make sure that you've had your 6 weeks check. Otherwise, please don't do the class. So other than that, bringing yourself onto your mat. And we're going to start lying down today. So, laying down on your mats, on your backs. Let your palms fall open, let your feet fall open. And I want you to try and melt that spine down into the mat. Might be a little bit difficult if you've got quite a deep dip in your spine. If that is the case, please do feel free. If you want to take a cushion, for example, and just pop it underneath your legs or your lower back, it's completely up to you. So laying down on your backs, closing your eyes, palms facing up to the sky, feet falling open. Let those shoulders melt down into the mat and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. Filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And as you exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. And as you breathe, feel that inhale washing through your body as though it's cleansing your organs. And as you exhale, feel that release. Every breath, try and breathe a little deeper, using the full capacity of your lungs. Maybe hold for a second at the top before exhaling. Visualizing your lungs as a glass of water filling all the way up and emptying. And start to feel your spine melt down into the mat. Feeling those shoulders melting down away from your ears like lava. Creating space for your neck to grow long. And just checking in with your tension points. No tightness in those shoulders. Your jaw soft and the back teeth unlocked. Tongue drawn down away from the roof of your mouth, maybe opening your mouth a tiny bit. Facial features soft and gentle. Let's start to clear our mind. Getting rid of any thoughts or worries, anything that doesn't serve us in this moment. This time is for you, forgetting everything you did before and need to do after. So let's just take an imaginary broom and sweep the mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts and worries. And breathe deeply, inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, draw your right knee in towards the chest, hugging that knee in tightly. And just start to rotate the ankle very slowly, very gently. Feel that gentle stretch down the front of your hamstrings. Inhale to lengthen that spine. Exhale to pull the knee in tighter. And breathe. And if you want to get a little more engagement, you can point your left toe. Feel engagement through the left leg. Really nice. Maybe hear those clicks of your ankle as you start to loosen it up. Just getting a little bit of movement into the body, getting those synovial fluids flowing. Take a nice deep breath and start to drop that right knee open to the side. So we're opening up the hip. Take your left hand and push down on your left hip bone and try and keep your spine flat on the mat as you drop that hip open, keeping your pelvis neutral, your hips neutral. And if you want to get a little deeper, feel free to bring your fingers around your big toe and just straighten that leg out. So you're keeping that spine flat on the mat, sinking into those hip openings, pushing down on that left hip bone to keep that hip nice and open. So straightening the leg is completely optional. If you don't feel that that's in your practice, by all means, just keeping the knee bent. And really feel yourself sinking into an open hip. The longer we hold it, deep inhale. Exhale, straightening the spine, opening the hip. And take a nice deep breath. Take that right knee now across to the left. So we're giving ourselves a twist through the spine. Your right knee is passing up to the left side of your body. Reach your right arm out and gaze down the right fingertips. So you're giving yourself a full twist. And again, if you want to straighten your top leg and take hold of your right foot with your left hand, then by all means do. That means you'll get into your groin, into your hips and hamstrings as well as twisting that spine. So twists are really nice because they compress our organs to release any toxins in the organs. And when we let go of the twist, we allow fresh blood to flow through. Give me one more breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center. Drawing your left knee towards you and just bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Take your hands to the back of your left thigh and gently start to pull the left leg towards you. So you're opening up that right hip. Stretching your glutes, stretching your hamstrings, stretching the hips. And feel yourself opening, stretching deeper. With every exhale, try and pull that leg a little closer towards you. Also feel this one's quite a nice massage on the spine. So if you want to give yourself a very gentle sway on the mat from side to side, then feel free to just give your spine a little massage. And with every breath, we try and pull that knee towards us, opening those hips further. One more breath. And gently straighten that right leg out and draw the left knee in towards you. Hug that left knee. And maybe start to rotate your ankle, hear those clicks. And if you want to get a little bit of engagement, you can point your right toe as well, so you're engaging that straight leg. Inhale, we lengthen, keep your spine flat, and exhale, pull that knee towards you. Gentle rotations of the ankles. We're just getting those synovial fluids flowing around our body with a little bit of gentle movement, mobilization. Really nice. Take one more deep breath. Start to drop that left knee open to the side, opening up your hips, taking your right hand and pushing down on that right hip bone. And if you want to straighten your left leg, by all means, take your fingers around your big toe and straighten that leg out, but trying to keep the spine flat, the hips nice and aligned, so you're pushing down on that right hip bone to keep them nice and neutral. We're trying not to lift on the right hand side, which is a little bit difficult. Keep that spine flat, push down on that right hip bone, really feel the opening in your hips, and if you've got a straight leg as well, feel that stretch through the backs of your legs, through your calves and hamstrings. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And once more. Really nice, feel that deep opening and then gently drawing that left knee over to the right now. Gazing to the left, reaching your left fingers out and just gazing down those fingertips. Deep twist from the base of your spine all the way up to your neck. And if you want to, you can straighten out that left leg, take hold of your big toe. And then you'll feel that stretch as well in your glutes and your hamstrings and your hips. And breathe. And really, really enjoy that twisting sensation through your spine all the way up to your neck from your tailbone. Gazing down those fingers, reach those left fingertips out. Take one more deep breath here. Gently bringing yourself back to center. Take that left ankle to your right knee. Hands on the back of your right leg and gently pulling that leg towards you. So this is your reclined pigeon. So when we would take pigeon, which we will probably do at the end of this class, this is how you want that front knee to be, that front leg in this sort of position, but on the mat. So this is a nice one to prepare you for pigeon pose. And again, if you want to give yourself a little rock from side to side, by all means do. Feel that stretch in your glutes, your hips, your hamstrings. Inhale. And draw that knee towards you. Take one more deep breath. And then gently draw both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little rock. And then you're going to start to kind of knot your knees. So you're going to bring your right knee over the left. So you're crossing the knees. And take your feet out on either side of your hips. Take opposite hand to opposite foot. And gently, you want to be pulling the feet apart and towards you at the same time. So we're pulling them out to the side and then back in towards you. And take a nice deep breath, inhale. And exhale. This is a really, really good one for if you're a runner. Just bringing those legs towards you. So if you are running, which a lot of us are doing at the moment as our daily exercise, this is a really good one to do before and after your run. Really nice deep breath. Pull those feet apart and towards you at the same time. And take one more deep breath. Gently draw your knees in towards you. Give yourself a little hug. And then you're going to switch sides. So whichever leg was on top before is going to go underneath this time. Take your hands to opposite feet again. Pulling the feet to the side and then towards you. So one side might feel a little bit tighter than the other. That's completely normal. And breathe. So it's like you're tying your legs in a little knot. Inhale. And exhale. So what this stretch does is it increases mobility in our hips. Really nice. Give me 2 more deep breaths. Once more, inhale. Exhale, gently draw those knees in towards you. Start to rock back and forwards like a little boat. Bring yourself up to a seated position on your mats. Bring your palms onto your knees and gently draw your chin towards your shoulder, it doesn't matter which one, and roll it from shoulder to shoulder. Let's start to mobilize our neck here. Get a little bit of movement into the neck, and if you want to bring that all the way into a full neck roll, taking it the whole way around. I know some people don't like a full neck roll, so it's completely up to you. And rolling back the other way. Bring your neck back to center. Drop your chin to your chest, keeping your body nice and straight. So we're only moving our head. Chin comes down onto your chest. So the spine stays long, the shoulders stay down. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, start to slowly gaze upwards towards the sky, all the way up to the sky, feeling your throat stretching. Inhale, gently bringing yourself back to center and gazing all the way across to the right, keeping the body in exactly the same position. And then gently all the way across to the left. And then drop your right ear onto your right shoulder and maybe bring your right arm up and take hold of your left ear. So we're going to give ourselves a stretch down the left side. So gently pulling on that left ear. You're going to feel that stretch all the way down the left neck, and if you want to, you can reach that left arm out. Bring your fingers onto the mat. And if you want to lift those fingers off the mat, by all means, do, getting a stretch from the fingers all the way up. Really, really good one for neck pain. Deep breath. And gently letting go. Bring your right hand down, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, and if you want to bring that right arm up and take hold of your right ear. Feel that stretch down the right side of your neck as you pull with your left hand. Try and keep that body nice and upright and aligned, reaching that right hand, and if you want to lift those right fingers off the mat to get a deeper stretch, then by all means, feel as though energy is coming out those fingertips. Breathe nice and deep. Really nice, gently bring yourself back to center. Interlace your fingers at the front. You're making a giant beach ball shape, so a big circle with your hands. Pull those shoulders apart at the back, and as you do, drop your chin to your chest and curve the spine into a C shape. Really, really making all the circles here. Take a deep breath here. Feel that spine curving, feel those shoulders splitting apart at the back. Deep breath, push up towards the sky, lengthening, drop the shoulders down. Take your left hand to your right wrist and gently start to lean across to the left, stretching the right side of the body. Keep those bum cheeks glued down onto the mat. Inhale and exhale, start to reach deeper. Pulling that arm all the way across, keeping that body aligned, shoulders down and neck long. Really nice. And remember, your bum cheeks have been super glued down onto the mat. Trying to add inches onto the right side of the body. Take a nice deep breath. Gently bring yourself back to center. Switch hands. Take your right hand to your left wrist. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to reach. Keep that bum cheek planted. Reaching all the way across to the right side of that left hand. Feel as though energy is shooting out those fingertips as you pull from the hip all the way up. A nice lateral stretch down the left side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, get deeper. Really nice, lengthening and stretching every little individual part of our body. Really nice, one more breath. Gently bring yourself back to center. Take those arms really wide. Just wriggle the wrists, the fingers, and start to draw those arms behind you. Bring those fingers together. Chest open, shoulder blades together at the back. Really nice. Pulling those shoulders together like little chicken wings, opening up the chest. Take a deep breath here. Bring your hands in front and bring yourself into an all fours position on your mat, stacking your joints, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spine in a nice straight line. And we're going to start with our cat-cow. Inhale, drop your navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky, opening your heart. Exhale, arching, crown of the head towards the floor. Spread those shoulder blades wide. And again, inhale. And if you want to add your own movement here, feel free. If you want to keep going with your cat-cow, then please do. But if you want to add a little bit of a wiggle, if you want to get into your hips, if you want to get pushing back into your heels, do whatever feels good for you. Get your neck involved, get your shoulders involved, really get as weird as you like. It's your own practice and you're at home, so you can really get as strange as you want to. Maybe you want to get into your wrists. If you're practicing arm balances, then stretching your wrists is a really good one by bringing your hands backwards. Do whatever feels good for you. If you're trying to wake up any particular part of your body, get into all those nooks and crannies. Maybe you just want to bring yourself into a child's pose and reach your arms out in front, doing all of those little bits. Really, really nice. Wiggling around. Gorgeous. Give me 3 breaths. 3. And exhale. 2. Exhale. And last one. And exhale, bringing yourself back into your all fours position. I'm going to show you this from the front because I don't really think it will work from the back. So you're going to bring your right leg out behind you in a nice straight line, point that right toe. So staying in that all fours position and try and keep those hips aligned. And then you're going to take that right leg and you're going to draw a straight line with the right leg and you're going to bring it all the way around and bring your right foot so it's in line with your left knee. So you're going to start in a straight line and then circle it round so that right foot is in line with the left knee. When you've done that, you're going to walk the hands back and peel up through the spine. Raise your arms up above your head in your gate pose, dropping those shoulders down, neck nice and long. Hips aligned, stacked underneath your shoulders. Take your right hand and start to bring it down the right leg towards the right calf and reach that left arm up and over. So your body is kind of like a little C shape, like a little moon. Feel that stretch even deeper now down the left side of the body. Really nice. Try and keep that knee and foot aligned. Well done, lovely. Breathe into that stretch. Deep breath. And then gently drop that left hand all the way down, left hand in line with your left knee, and reach that right arm up to the sky. Make sure the shoulders are on top of each other. So what I mean by that is that you're not bringing the arm forward or back or all over the place. You want a nice straight line from hand to hand, from shoulder to shoulder. Hips stacked on top of each other. This is your gate pose. So maybe you're happy here, maybe you want to take a balance. Reach that right leg out in a nice straight line and the right arm as well. So you'll have from right finger to right foot in a nice straight line. And maybe you want to balance even deeper or get into your spine or your shoulder. Bend the right knee behind you. Take your right foot in your right hand and kick that foot into your hand, giving yourself a nice deep stretch. Really nice, everybody. Well done. And feel, whichever version you're in, you're going to give me 3 breaths. Really feel that spine and shoulder stretch if you're taking your balance. And if you're taking your straight leg balance, really feel that engagement. Give me 1 more breath here. Gently, if you're holding your foot, reaching back out, bring the foot back down into your gate pose and bring yourself back into your all fours position. Just give yourself a little wiggle here, just to realign. And we're going to take the other side. So you're going to take your left foot now. Make sure that spine is nice and straight to begin with. Left foot comes out behind you. Point that left toe. And then you're going to draw that straight line and then bring it all the way around so that left foot is in line with your right knee. And when it's nice and in line, walk those hands back, curl up through the spine and bring those arms up towards the sky. Shoulders down, arms in line with your ears. Well done, lovely. And try and keep those hips nice and aligned as well. So you might need to bring that knee out a little bit. Well done. Start to bring that left arm down towards your left calf. Right arm up and over, making yourself a nice little kind of moon shape. Feeling that stretch now down the right side of the body, pushing that hip out. Really nice, beautiful, everybody. And get as deep into that stretch as you can or as you want to, as feels good for you. Well done, really, really indulge in that lateral stretch. Give me one more breath. And then gently drop that right hand down in line with your right knee. And reach that left arm up. So your shoulders are stacked on top of each other. If you are happy here, lovely. If you would like to balance, lifting that left leg up and reach the left arm out in front so the body is in a nice straight line. Hips on top of each other. If you would like to go further still, bending that left knee, reach the left arm behind and kick that left foot into your left hand, giving yourself a shoulder stretch as well as a balance. And hold here. Wherever you are, really, really feel that stretch, feel that engagement. Hold that balance. Give me 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Well done, everyone. Looking good. Last breath. Gently letting yourself go back to your gate pose and bring yourself back into your all fours position. Really nice, well done. Take a nice deep breath. Heels together, knees apart, and sit back into your child pose. Try and bring yourself as far to the back of the mat as you can. And breathe here. We're gazing straight ahead between your hands. Don't let that head drop down just yet. Start to very slowly slide your chest along the mat, lifting those hips towards the sky. Bring your feet and knees out behind you so they're parallel like train tracks. Sit bones up towards the sky into your extended puppy pose. So your chest is down. The backs of your hamstrings are going to be getting a nice little stretch here. So this is mainly as well a really deep shoulder stretch. And if you want to get even deeper, you can come up on your fingers, gazing between your hands. Your fingers look like little spiders. Pushing that chest down, sending those sit bones up. Deep breath. And exhale. And inhale, lovely. Gently drop the hands, pull the chest along the mat and bring yourself into your Cobra Pose. Really nice. So bringing your palms so they're parallel like train tracks as well. You want to look like a little sphinx, like one of those little statues in Egypt. Point your toes to engage your legs. So you're going to feel that engagement in your glutes, in your hamstrings, in your lower back. And you're lifting your knees off the mat. That's why we're engaging the lower half of our body. We tend to forget about it in this pose. So it's really important that we point our toes and engage so we can feel it through our entire body. And then drop those shoulders down and just give yourself a nice deep stretch. So your Sphinx is really good. We're stretching the abdomen and the chest. We're pulling our shoulders down. We're stretching out our lower back. It's really good for lower back pain. Take a nice deep breath. You're going to bring your right hand out in line with the mat. So we're taking the mat out of the equation here. And as you do so, you're going to roll gently onto your right hip. Bring your right ear down onto the mat. So we're going to get nice and deep into our shoulders now. So you're leaning into that right hip, which is going to open the shoulders. And the more you lean to the right side, the more open your shoulder is going to be. This is quite an intense stretch, so if at any point it feels a little bit too much, bring yourself back to Sphinx. You're going to take your left arm now, bring it on the mat in front of you, so you can use it kind of as a pushing mechanism to push yourself deeper into the stretch. Take your left foot out behind you slightly. So you can also use this as a lever to get deeper into the stretch, almost like a weight mechanism. And if you want to get even deeper still, bending that left knee, plant that left foot down on the mat and just gently roll into your shoulder and breathe. So this is one of my favorite shoulder openers. Rolling onto that shoulder. Keep that right ear to the mat. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself back to your Sphinx pose, engaging, point the toes, lift the knees, put that engagement through your lower back, shoulders down. Stretch that chest and abdomen, take a breath. And bring your left hand out to the side of the mat, rolling onto your left hip, bring your left ear to the mat. Take your right hand in front. Come up on your fingers as well so it makes it easier to lever yourself. Bring that right leg behind you slightly so it makes it easier to bring yourself into a deeper shoulder stretch. And if you want to, you can bend that right knee, plant the right foot, and roll even deeper onto the shoulder. So getting deep into your left shoulder now. And breathe with every exhale. Try and push those shoulders a little deeper. And remember, if at any point it hurts, just bring yourself back into your Sphinx pose. Really nice, well done. Give me one more breath. And gently bring yourself back to center into your Sphinx. So maybe you want to stay in your Sphinx pose and maybe you want to bring yourself up into Cobra, which is going to bring your palms back slightly. You're going to lift that chest a little higher, get deeper into your lower back. Remember, keep that engagement, keep pointing those toes, lifting the knees. And if you want to stay here, by all means, stay here or in your Sphinx. If you want a little movement, we're going to inhale, drop our chest towards the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, very nice. And exhale. And give me 3. If you want to use no hands as well, you can. So you're working on your spinal strength. 2. And drop. And last one. And bring your palms down. You're going to bring yourself back onto your knees and drop onto your forearms. So you're in a kind of forearms, all fours position. Take your right arm out in a nice straight line. Bring your left hand and thread it through underneath the right arm. So you're going to bring yourself underneath. So we're kind of countering our shoulder stretch by opening them up, stretching them nice and wide now. So reach that left arm through, bring your head underneath the right armpit. And the further you reach, the deeper you're going to get into that shoulder, just rolling into that left shoulder now. And breathe. Lovely. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently pull that left arm out. Reach that left arm out in front of you. Take your right hand and thread it underneath the left arm now. Gazing underneath your left armpit and trying to pull yourself through. Really, really stretching and opening that right shoulder now. So rolling almost onto the right shoulder. Deep breath in here. And exhale. Feeling that shoulder pull apart. Countering what we just did on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself back to center. Pushing down through your palms, tuck those toes under and push up into a downward facing dog. So downward dog, what are we doing? We are pushing into the outside of our hands, our little fingers, maybe a slight softening of the elbows. Rotating the shoulders outwards, so we're making sure that we're not pulling them together, which will avoid any rotator cuff injuries. drawing the navel in towards the spine and making sure that we've got a nice straight line from our tailbone all the way down to our hands. Bringing the head between our arms so that we're looking between our legs or our belly buttons. And you can soften the knees as well. In fact, I encourage bent knees in downward dog. If you do feel like you can straighten your legs whilst keeping that spine straight, then by all means do. Drawing those heels down towards the mat. Breathe. And let's take a nice deep inhale, raise up on the balls of your feet, lifting your heels. We're getting deep into stretching the calves and the hamstrings and lowering. So if you do get tight calves and hamstrings, this is a really good one for you. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower it. And lift those heels. Feel that pull in the back for the calves and the hamstrings and lower. And let's go for 5. And lower. Keep that navel drawn in. 4. And lower. 3. And lower. Well done. Looking good. 2. And lower. Try and keep those sit bones up. Try not to drop forward into plank when you're doing this last one. Really nice. Take a nice deep breath. Send that right leg up behind you, but with a bent knee. Flex that right foot and then draw that right foot in towards your chest and plant the right leg. Drop that left leg down onto the mat. Low lunge. We're just going to stretch out our hips and our hamstrings. So this is a nice one as well. If you are runners, bring those arms up in line with your ears and sink into that hip opening. Lovely, well done. Gorgeous. Really nice. Take a deep breath and sink even deeper. Maybe you want to add a little back bend here if you want to. You can start to gaze up towards the sky and reach backwards. Completely up to you. Take a nice deep breath. Bring both hands down on either side of that front foot. Bend the back leg straight the front leg and flex that right foot. Getting deeper into our hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, starting to fold forward, trying to glue the torso to the thigh. Really nice. Well done. Sinking even deeper into that front hamstring. Try and keep your spine nice and straight if you can. Give me one more deep breath. Gently bring that right foot back down. Place the palms flat, tuck that left toe under, and push back into your downward facing dog. Walking those feet out. Well done. Bring that left leg up behind you with a bent knee and a flexed foot. So not a full three-legged dog. Send that left knee forward towards your chest. Plant the left foot. Drop that back leg. Dropping the right knee and the right foot down onto the mat, making sure that left ankle is underneath your left knee, sinking into those hips and arms up in line with your ears. Deep breath, and if you want to give yourself a back bend here, then by all means. And holding, feeling those hips opening. Gently bring those hands down on either side of that front foot. Bend the back knee, straight the front leg, flexing that left foot. Inhale. And exhale, folding deeper, drawing that torso towards the thigh. Well done. Try and keep your spine flat, feeling that nice indulgent hamstring stretch. Keep that front foot flexed, pointing those toes up towards the ceiling, and walk the hands forward with every breath. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently plant that left foot, place the palms flat, tuck that right toe under, and push back. Downward facing dog. And bring that right leg back behind you with a bent knee and flexed foot again, and draw that right knee all the way forward to meet your right wrist. Pigeon pose on the right hand side. So bringing your right calf so it's parallel with the top of the mat, left leg all the way back, and hips squared to the front. So in pigeon, most important thing is that our hips are aligned. So if you want to pop something underneath your raised hip, a book, a block, an iPhone box, whatever you have available, if you feel like your hip is lifting, by all means pop something underneath it. Send those shoulders down your spine. Puff that chest out like a nice proud pigeon. Your calf wants to be as parallel with the top of the mat as you can get it. And when I say that, don't worry if it's really not parallel at all. That's just a guidance for where you want to aim to push the leg. That's the direction you want to put it in. The most important thing is that our hips are aligned, so we're not sinking into one side. So this is a really good one for correcting any sort of unevenness in our hips. And you want to put your form above your ego, which is really hard. If you're super flexible, you might find that you're really sinking into the hips. You get really, really low, but you're actually very uneven, and that happens so often. So I actually do it quite a lot, and it's very naughty. And from here, you're just going to start to walk the hands forward. So maybe you only come to here today, and that's fine. Maybe you want to drop onto your forearms. And maybe you want to bring yourself all the way down onto the mat, bring your forehead down, your torso over your bent knee into your sleeping pigeon. So sleeping pigeon is an active rest and a passive stretch. So we're still stretching those hips, even though we're lying down. We're still opening up. If you're ever prepping for splits, I fully recommend just taking your sleeping pigeon and just hanging out here for like 10 minutes on each side. And just breathe into that hip opening. Take a nice deep breath. Start to walk those hands back into your upright position. From there, you're going to take your left leg and you're going to bring it the whole way round. And you're going to plant that left foot over your right knee. So this is what it's going to look like. Your right leg hasn't moved from the position that it's in for pigeon. Your left leg has come all the way around and planted over the right knee. So you're planting that foot nice and flat. Try and keep those sit bones even on the mat. Bring that left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Inhale to reach your right arm up towards the sky. And as you do so, give yourself a little twist around to the left. Take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee and push, gazing over your left shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Use that back arm to support yourself. Make sure that you don't fall into a slump. So half roll of the fishes is really good if you have sciatica. It's a really, really nice spinal twist. It's good for releasing any pain that you might have in your spine, in your lower back, in your shoulders. It's good for releasing knee pain as well, because it aligns the hips. Twisting, gazing over that shoulder. Give me one more deep breath here. Push as hard as you can. And then gently give yourself a little counter twist. Bring yourself around to the right and just give yourself a little twist there. Take your hands back in front. Untuck the knees. All fours position. Push down through your palms. Tuck those toes under and push up into your downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg out behind you, bend the knee, flex the foot, and draw that left knee in towards your left wrist. Pigeon pose on the left hand side, sending your right leg all the way back. Tops of the foot on the mat. If you want to, you can flex your left foot as well, which does make it easier to bring the leg into alignment. And remembering that the most important thing here is that our hips are squared to the front. So hips are like car headlights, facing straight ahead. And if you need to pop something underneath your raised hips, then by all means do. And you'll find as well, one side is probably a little bit more open than the other. So this is definitely my naughty side, where I tend to roll onto my hip because it feels more comfortable. If you ever had an injury in any sort of area around your hip or your hamstring, you'll find probably that it kind of pushes you into opening up that side to make it more comfortable. Just try and bring yourself into a nice forward facing, hips squared to the front position, even if it means lifting yourself higher on the mat. Puff that chest out like a nice proud pigeon and send your shoulders down your spine. And maybe you want to start to walk your hands forward here. Maybe you want to drop onto your forearms, and maybe you want to bring yourself all the way down into your sleeping pigeon. Feeling those hips melting open on the mat. And breathe. Really nice. Take one more deep breath. And gently start to walk the hands back into an upright position, bringing the palms flat. Take that right leg and swing it all the way around. So you're bringing that right foot over the left knee. So left leg hasn't changed position from where it was in pigeon, and your right foot is now planted. And try and make sure those bum cheeks stay nice and aligned. Let's bring our right hand behind us now like a secondary spine. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, draw that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder and push that knee away, twist. Feel that release of any tension in your spine as you twist. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Keep pushing that knee away. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently give me a little counter twist. Come around to the left. Place your palms flat. Tuck yourself into an all fours position and just sit back on your heels. So we're going to take our thunderbolt position. So you're just going to tuck those toes under and sit on your heels. If this feels uncomfortable for you at any point, then feel free to come out and just take a kneeling position or your child's pose. Bring your hands onto your knees and you're just going to push back into your heels. So it looks really simple, but you're just going to feel that sensation in the backs of your feet. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And gently untuck the feet. Sitting your bum on your heels. Bring your hands out behind you and slightly bend the elbows, and you're just going to gently try and lift the knees off the mat so you're stretching the front of your feet. And breathe here. Doesn't matter how deep you can lift your knees. And if this hurts, just lower the knees back down. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently drop those knees back down. So we're going to take our hero pose, which is another really nice one for the knees, but it is an acquired taste. So again, if it doesn't work for you, stay in a kneeling position because we're going to add our arms in as well. You're just going to take your heels and your calves out to the side of your hips. And then you're going to sit your bum down on the mat. So this is what it will look like from the front. So your bum is on the mat and your feet on either side of your hips. Definitely an acquired taste. Some people find this really, really difficult, really hard. It's a really good stretch for your knees. If you're comfortable here, lovely, feel free to stay here. Otherwise, just take your kneeling position. And if neither of those work for you, feel free to come into a seated position. We're just going to stretch our shoulders out. One more little stretch for our shoulders. Bring your right hand in front of your face. Your left arm is going to come up underneath and you're going to twist into your eagle arm pose, bringing your palms together. So you're kind of tying your arms in a knot. So your right arm, left arm is going to come underneath, twist around, try and bring your palms together. If you can't bring your palms together, that's fine. Take it as far as you can. We're going to take a nice deep breath, inhale. Looking up towards the sky, raise the arms. Give yourself a little bend in the back. Exhale, curving under. Inhale, 5 of these. And lower, well done. 3. 2. And 1. Well done, opening your arms. And if you're happy in hero pose, feel free to stay here. If you want to just bring yourself into a normal kneeling position, by all means do that. Can be a little bit uncomfortable to stay there for a long time. Bring your left arm in front of you now. Hand in front of your face, right arm's going to come underneath and wrap in. And gazing straight ahead, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, curving under. Inhale. And exhale. And 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Well done. Last one, reaching up. And curving. Open those arms. Just give yourself a little stretch back. Bring those hands in front. Plant the palms. Tuck those toes under. Push straight up into your downward dog. So what this does is it just pushes the knees in the opposite direction than we did for hero pose. So it just counters that deep knee stretch. Deep breath here. Walk those feet out, drawing that navel in towards the spine. Slight bend in your knees. Gaze straight ahead. Step, jump, or float between your hands into a seated position on the mat. Planting your feet flat, knees bent, take your arms in line with your knees and very gently start to peel yourself back onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Bring yourself back down, nice and slowly, onto your mats. Bring your arms out on either side and just bring your legs into a tabletop position and just take a little twist, dropping those knees over to the left, gaze into the right, reaching that right arm out. Really nice, well done. Always gaze in the opposite direction of your legs. And then switch, bring the knees over to the right and gaze to the left. Really nice, bring yourself back to center, plant the feet. Feet and knees parallel like train tracks, about hip width apart. Planting the feet. So you want to make sure those feet and knees stay in this position. Spine completely flat on the mat, which will give your pelvis a very gentle tilt. Head, neck, shoulder, and spine in a nice straight line. Arms down by your side, pushing those palms into the mat. Make sure your neck is long. Take a deep breath here, and on your exhale, start to roll those hips up towards the sky, taking your shoulder bridge. Imagine someone's got a string through your pelvis, lifting you up towards the sky. You want to feel that engagement in your glutes and hamstrings, which will be emphasized by the fact that you're keeping your knees and feet parallel. We're not bowing them to the side. If you want to interlace your fingers and walk your shoulders together underneath your spine, then by all means do keep those hips nice and high. And breathe. And feel free to practice any pelvic floor engagement here as well. Always engaging on the exhale so that we're not countering, so that we're countering our diaphragm's actions. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, engage, navel to spine, pelvic floor in. Keeping those hips high. Feel that engagement. This is a powerhouse move. This one is stretching and strengthening quite a lot of our body, but it's also really good for anxiety, insomnia, and stress. Keep that breath flowing. Really good for your knees, really good for your hamstrings, your hips, your lower back, your shoulders. One more deep breath here. Hips as high as possible. Gently bring your hands down either side and start to roll that spine back down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rocking from side to side. Feel free to take a happy baby here if you want to, taking hold of your toes. And then gently straightening yourself out and bringing yourself down onto the mat. Allowing your feet to fall open, your arms open at your side, palms facing up to the sky. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. So if you would like to get anything for Shavasana, like a blanket or a jumper, have socks, a drink of water, if you want to dim your lights, do whatever feels good, by all means, take Shavasana in whichever position that feels good for you. I fully recommend taking it lying on your back with your feet and arms open. But if you have another position that feels better, then please do that. Otherwise, bringing yourself down onto your mats. Closing your eyes, let's take ourselves back to where we were at the beginning of the class. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, expand the abdomen. Send all that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. Exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel to spine. Tuning back into your breath. Tuning out all other distractions. Take that imaginary broom again and start to sweep the mind clear of thoughts and worries. Clear of any clutter, anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Check in with those tension points. Shoulders down, melting into the mat. Creating space between the ears and the shoulders for your neck to grow. Head light and free of thoughts and worries. Facial features soft and gentle. Jaw unlocked. Back teeth not touching and tongue drawing down away from the roof of the mouth. Take your attention to your feet. Allow them to fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight. Falling open as though someone has taken the batteries out of you. All the way up to the base of the spine and feeling each vertebrae unravel one by one, melting down into the mat. Drawing those shoulders down further, feeling those shoulder blades glide down your spine, melt into the mat like lava. Neck long and head light. Softening your features and your jaw. Arms light at your side, palms open and fingers unraveled. And finally, take your attention to your chest and abdomen and feel that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. Focusing in on that gentle rhythm as you inhale and exhale. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring awareness back into your body. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. Bring yourself all the way over onto your side into a fetal position. And then bringing yourself up to seated, palms on your knees, sitting nice and tall. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth and let out a deep sigh. And again, inhale. One more time, biggest sigh, inhale. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Hope you have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Namaste. And there is a class this evening as well, and it will be more dynamic, hopefully, if I have any energy left. I will see you all, hopefully, yeah, very early morning or late night, however you look at it.